All right, we are going to go through some practice today on things that are going to show up on our benchmark. So this says in the year 1900, total number of metric tons of copper produced in the world was 495,000. Each year since 1900, it has increased on an average of 3.25% over the amount produced the previous year. So what function models the total metric tons since 1900? So remember, we do an exponential function y equals ab to the x, where a is your initial and b is going to be your growth factor or decay factor. So in this case, that factor is 3.25. So our initial, if I write my own, our initial is 49,500. And then remember how we had this before, 1 plus, because it's a growth, 3.25. Now that's a percent, so we need to go 1, 2. So we can erase this. And after we've changed it to a decimal, 0.0325. So that is going to be letter A, because it's always to an x power, not to a numerical power. Come down to number 2. Number 2 says, a part of an exponential function is graphed. What is the domain? All right, so when we've talked about domain and range before, sorry about that. Zoom in. When we've talked about domain and range before, we said draw your window. So I'm going to take my highlighter. I'm going to draw my window. We know that domain means x, so I'm looking only from here on, and I'm at -2, and it's -2 is less than or equal to x, and I don't have an upper. So at that point, I'm done. Now notice these are written the other way. Remember, if we're going to flip-flop it, then we have to make sure we flip-flop that inequality. Which expression is a factor? Okay, we just did this the other day in class. So there is not a GCF here. So I have A, B, and C, 9, -4, and 1. Here is my cross puzzle, A, C, and B. 9 times 1 is 9. Here's my -4. So my factors of 9 are 1 and 9 and 3 and 3. Now, because this 4 is negative and my AC is positive, these are both negative. None of these are going to work for us to be able to do this. We're not going to be able to factor that because we can't have any of these that equal 4. Let's come up to the next one. Now we have a table that represents some exponential function. What function represents this? So we can do a couple of things before we go to our calculator. So I have my initial, it tells us it's exponential. So again, AB to the x power. So I know it's going to be y equals 18 times something to the x. So I can eliminate C and I can eliminate A. I can see, in fact, that it is growing because as we go down, this is a growth, which means that it has to be letter B. Now, I do want to refresh you on putting this in the calculator. So I'm going to open up a list and spreadsheet. And then we're going to put in those numbers. So I had -2 to +2. And then our numbers, oh, not the whole thing, just, oh my, it's being a little odd. There we go. 12 and a half, 15, 18. You said 21.5, oh, 21.6 and 25.92. And then we go to cell C1, and we're going to choose menu 4, 1, and this is exponential, so we're going to choose letter A, choose X, enter, choose Y, and then hit enter twice, and we can come down here and we can in fact see our B value is 1.2. Now they have 1.2 written as a fraction, which is 6 over 5, which is again going to be letter B. Number 5 here is going to be a system. We practiced writing systems the other day. And, oh, okay, it zoomed out. I apologize. New program. You need to write your own system. We have 15 plates, and then we have 140 inches. So we are going to need to have an equation for just plates, and we are going to have an equation for inches. So I have 140 inches, and I have 15 plates. Well, the type of plates I have are going to be X and Y. X and Y. Then you can take this 7 inches and this 12 inches. Those are inches in themselves. So 7 times the number of plates plus 12 times the number of plates. So when you choose these, look carefully. So I know it's not this one. This one has 7 and 12 on both. This one works and this one works. Be careful here because the top one works, but the bottom one is backwards. So hopefully, remember, write your own, and then you can go through and you can choose the one that matches what you wrote. This one says you have a system. Guys, the easiest way for you to do this is going to be for you to use your calculator. So we're going to start a new document, and we're going to start a graph. No. And we're just going to graph both of those. Now, they are not in y equals, so you need to hit delete and number 6, so you can use a relation. 8x minus 4y equals negative 16. 8x minus 4y equals negative 16. And we're going to go ahead and graph that linear equation. We're going to hit tab, and then it says 3x plus 15y equals negative 6. 15y equals negative 6, and then menu 6, 4 will tell us our point of intersection, negative 2, 0. So I'm going to write here negative 2, 0, and I'm going to look. Well, this is 0, negative 2, positive 2, 0, negative 2, 0, positive 2, 0. So it's going to have to be B.